Hello, everybody. Bad Weather Freak here. I got a quick update. I know it's kind of late now. I don't usually record videos this late. I mean, it's past midnight, but I was still up. And we, as of 11 p.m. update, we have a new tropical depression, which is number 13. So you can see right over here, we have a new wave coming out of coast of Africa. And then we have 97L that is still having a hard time developing and strengthening. Now, I'm going to show you a couple graphs because tropical depression 13 is still far out. It's about 2,200 miles, at least from Tampa, but roughly about 2,000 miles from Florida. So it's still way too far to really be a concern at this point. But there's already some signs that it may impact Florida. Now, if we go and take a look at the winds probability, I mean, you can see clearly, obviously Florida here, that it is going to have some kind of impacts in Florida. Again, too far out, but we need to start paying attention. Now, as far as the estimated time that it should be, if it's going to affect Florida, when is it going to be? Well, let's take a look. Let me zoom in here for you guys. We're talking about Sunday, 8 p.m. So what does that tell us? It tells us that the storm is actually moving fairly quick, and it's pretty much going to be in our vicinity by the end of the weekend. I mean, it's already Thursday. So again, it could slow down, it could pick up. There's always a possibility. This track may shift further this way, like the actual storm may come up this way may come on this way. I mean, there's so many things that they can actually do, and especially that is 2,000 miles away. That's why it's something to keep track, but don't freak out about it yet. Once it starts getting closer, we'll definitely see what it's going to end up doing. Let's see what the National Hurricane Center is saying regarding the storm. Tropical storm conditions are possible across portions of the northern Leeward Islands by Friday night, and a tropical storm watches have been issued for some islands. Heavy rainfall is likely across this area beginning late Friday. Also, there is a risk of tropical storm conditions in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico Friday night and Saturday, and a tropical storm watches could be required for these islands tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll have a better idea of what is going to happen with this storm. Most likely, I have a feeling that tomorrow we'll probably have a Hurricane Hunter, one of those planes that investigates the hurricanes or the storms in general, maybe fly out. I don't know that, but I have a feeling that we may. If that happens, we're gonna have a much better idea of what's gonna happen with it. As far as the track, at least, we're gonna have a better idea. The observations and the reason why the National Hurricane Center NOAA National Hurricane Center decided to upgrade this to a tropical depression is because at least on radar, it looks pretty good, and it looks like it actually has a center of circulation. That's why they upgraded to a tropical depression. So probably I'm pretty positive that I say tomorrow because it's past midnight, but today during the day we probably will have a Hurricane Hunter fly out there and investigate it closer. But the key point here, number 3, let's going back to this, is the details of a long-range track and intensity forecast are more uncertain than usual, since the system could move over portions of the Greater Antilles this weekend. So it has a possibility of shifting south, moving to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. I mean, who knows? However, the system could bring some rainfall and wind impacts to portions of Hispaniola, Cuba, the Bahamas, and Florida this weekend and early next week. Interest there should monitor the system progress and updates to the forecast over the next few days. So probably by Friday, Saturday, by Saturday, we'll have a better idea of what is going to happen with this. But again, it's a little early, but I wanted to keep you guys posted as usual. Let me go back and look at the spaghetti models. and some intensity guidance. Real quick, let's look at 97L, which is the one that is in the south of Jamaica. So you can see the models are not in agreement of what this thing is going to do. Of course, has some curving, but the majority of them have it like just making landfall in Yucatan Peninsula, like kind of going into the Gulf. If that happens, of course, all this here, parts of Mexico, Texas need to start paying attention to what this thing is going to do. Remember, the Gulf is extremely warm right now. We have a ton of upper heat content on this area. So storm is sitting here. Once it moves this, area, we need to pay attention. Now, let me go back and show you guys the spaghetti models for tropical depression, the newly formed tropical depression. And I'm just trying to look and see, but I don't see it here. I thought it would be here. That's weird. Yeah, it looked like maybe they took it down because it earlier was there. But anyways, let's take a look at the track again, going north of Puerto Rico. Now, another thing to keep in mind, there's a ton of upper heat content in this area, more like this way. So if the storm, I have a feeling that if it does make landfall in Florida, it's actually going to continue to intensify as it makes landfall. Or, as it shows, if it goes that way, this tropical storm potential is going to change. It's most likely going to be a hurricane. Like, I don't have no doubt that it's definitely going to be a hurricane by the time it gets to that point. But as of 11 p.m. advisory, again, moving west-northwest at 20 miles an hour, winds of 35 miles an hour, with most likely higher gust. And the last thing I want to show you is the intensity guides. Whoops, let me click there. What in the world? Okay, I see what happened here. Sorry about that. So they actually moved it further down. That's what it is on the website. There you go. Tropical Depression 13. That's what it's currently looking like. It's getting slowly better organized. That's what I just showed you. Here we go. So here we got the intensity. So you can see Category 1 hurricane, Category 2. The majority of models are in agreement, with a couple that blow past that Category 3 or even higher. But the majority are in agreement that for anywhere from tropical storm to a Category 2 hurricane is very possible. And the last thing I wanted to show you was this. So the spaghetti models, let me zoom in here. You can see that just about almost all of them take it to Florida. The issue here is where it's going to be. That's the big question. But again, too early to tell. I will keep you guys posted, of course. Stay in touch. Subscribe to my channel. Any comments, any questions, put them in the comment section. I will see you guys later today because it's already past midnight.